been a while. Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute, like a 3-year long minute. Welcome back. I've been gone for a good chunk of time now. I don't really know why, I don't really have an excuse. It was just kind of work got busy, I started a new job, that kind of took over everything. But yeah, I'm ready to come back, and I'm coming back with a whole new load of content. Today I'm doing a get ready with me, and I'm gonna just answer some questions. I took to Instagram and asked all my wonderful followers on there just for some questions. So I'll be answering all the questions and getting glammed up and ready as me and my mum are off out into town today. So I'll shut up and I'll just get into the video. So if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It really does help. And I'll link certain products that I use and things like that if they're still available, because all my makeup's so old. But I'll try and link a lot of the stuff in the description box and things like that as well. Prepare for me to go from full glam to absolutely no makeup and really terrible lighting. And I hope you enjoy the video. As always, I have my caffeine. Such a good sound. I'm probably going to drink half of this and then chuck some vodka in it because I'm not going into town sober. So if I'm looking this way, I've got my mirror that I'm actually using to do my makeup, and I've also got my laptop that I've got all my questions on. So I've done my brows, I've prepped my face, I've put some moisturiser on and some SPF. So I'm going to get straight into doing my actual base. Prime, I just use these two, so it's the Professional by Benefit and also just a correcting primer from Revolution Pro. The first question I have is, what's the plan for my social media now? Because when I posted on Instagram, I did say that there was going to be a bit of a change around here. So I figured that would be a good question to start with, since, you know, we're here on my socials. My plan is there's still going to be quite a lot of beauty related content. So this is what started me on social media. This is what I enjoy doing. In all honesty, I just don't really go out anymore because I'm antisocial. So it felt a bit weird. I'd literally just be getting up, doing my makeup, taking it off, getting back on the sofa. I just didn't have as much opportunity, and it felt quite wasteful just doing it to sit in the house. So I kind of just stopped a little bit. I am still going to be doing beauty related content, but I do want this to just kind of be somewhere where I can post pretty much anything I want. Like, I've really got back into reading. It has saved me in quite a rocky time, if you like. So I would like to have somewhere where I can talk about books and talk about reading and all that fun stuff. I also want to try and get back into fitness. Now, I don't know how much of that will be on my social media, but it's just kind of something to keep me accountable, I guess. If I'm doing anything fun, I might vlog it. If I decide to go all in on like my fitness journey, you never know, there might be a bit of that on here. And yeah, it's just going to be a bit of everything. I don't want it to be just one thing. I just want it to be somewhere I can be creative and can express myself. So that's my plan. So I'm just going to prime my eyes with the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer. I'm smashing that up. I'm just putting a little bit on my lid as like a primer for my eyeshadow, but I just want to use this as a bright base because I am going to do a bit of colour on the eye today. So the palette I'll be using today is this one here. So this is the Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette, and it's just got all blues and purples in and stuff and some really lovely shimmers. And I'm just basically going to do like a bit of a smoky wing but with blues. That's my plan. Let's see how it goes. Now, because I'm being lazy today, I am actually going to use a bit of tape on my eyes just to make this easier. So I'll just be using like an angled brow brush. This is one of the Cash Beauty ones, K11. And I'm going to start with Trick, I think. So it's like this mid-tone blue. Reading goals for 2024. Now, my goal this year was to read 24 books. Now, to some people, like bookish people, that will be absolutely nothing. To others, that will be like what the hell, how are you going to read 24 books in a year? I was one of those people. I was like, there's not a prayer I'm going to do that. There's like not a chance can I do that. Like last year, I think I read 10 books, but I just really wanted to challenge myself to do something a little bit more. So I'm now just going in with a little bit of the darker blue. This is Cursed. and I'm just adding that towards the bottom, like closer to the lash line. Rather than using the brighter blue here, Bewitched, I think I'm going to actually use this one here, which is Elixir. I'm going to just use a little bit of that. God, that was far too much. These palettes are so pigmented, I forget about it. And I'm going to run this on the end just to help blend out that original blue. That original blue. I'm then just going to go sort of backwards and forwards with those colours just to bring the darker ones back in a little bit, because I've kind of covered them completely with that light blue. So that's basically what I'm aiming for. So now I'm going to try and recreate that on the other side. So now for the peel. Oh, are they even? Please tell me they're even. They look pretty even to me. I'm happy with that. I'm pretty sure I say this in every video I film, but I've sat on the floor and it really hurts my back. I don't know why I do it to myself. Now that I've primed and I've done my eyes, I'm just going to go in with foundation. So I use the MAC Studio Fix. I stick to the oldies. I love this. So next question. Are you a Kindle girly or a physical book girly? Now I'm a book girly, like physical book girly. I used to only ever, like when I first started reading years ago, I would only read on a Kindle. Now I am dyslexic, so I struggle to read, not struggle, but like when I read black writing off white paper, it moves around more than if I use like a coloured paper. And because I could like change the background of my Kindle to be quite like grey, so the contrast between the writing and the paper wasn't as much, it was easier for me to read. So I'd only ever read on my Kindle. But now I just can't get into a book when I read on this. My friend, my best friend Molly, she read a book and was like, oh my god, you need to read this book. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll give it a go. So like borrowed it, read it, physical book, and it just like rekindled my love for reading. Now on here it does say, where is it? What helps rediscover your love for reading. So this is kind of a 2-in-1, but it was this book, and because it was physical book form, it just kind of spiraled from there. So this book was Verite by Colleen Hoover. I absolutely love a psychological thriller, and that book just honestly blew me away. I absolutely loved it. The twists and the turns and like the weird behaviour, like I love it. So I really enjoyed that book, and that was a physical copy of the book, and then from then I just kind of started reading physical copies again. It kind of just spiraled from there, and then I started buying more books in physical copy, and then now when I go to pick up my Kindle, I'm just not interested. For concealer, I'm going to use a mix of the L'Oreal one I used earlier and just my Tarte Shape Tape. So I really like this one because it's so brightening, but then it doesn't have quite as much coverage as the Tarte Shape Tape one does. So I use that one just to sort of help cover the darker bits like that. So next question, what do you currently do for work? At the moment, I actually work for the NHS. I've been working at the same place for a while now. So I used to work on reception at a GP surgery, but I've now actually gone into healthcare. So my job title technically is care coordinator, but I'm basically just like a glorified healthcare assistant, if that makes more sense. I do like blood pressures and bloods and things like that, like a healthcare assistant would, but I mainly work with like specific groups of people. So like my works with people with long-term conditions such as like hypertension or asthma. There is a second part for that question, just saying, do you enjoy it? I do enjoy my job, I do. It's got like a lot of job satisfaction, and I love helping people, I always have, so it's a good way to sort of do that. Don't get me wrong, it's stressful, it's long days, it is good, and I do really enjoy it. And hopefully one day I'd be able to do something like this full time, where I just get to read books and do my makeup and enjoy things like that. But until then, I do enjoy working healthcare. I'm going to do some cream bronzing next, and to do that I'm going to use my Pink Honey bronzing face frosting. So I just put some setting spray in there, and for cream bronzer I do actually use a brush, which might surprise some people because I do use my beauty blender for literally everything else, but I don't know, I just feel like this works a bit better. Now I do have a makeup related question that says, what's the best way to blend makeup? For me personally, 9 times out of 10 I would go with a beauty blender, just because it's really easy to blend, but it does depend on the product as well. So like they're liquid products, so they're really easy to use with a beauty blender. But then with things like cream bronzer, I personally find it easy to use a brush. So like for this, as you can see, I've put it on the brush, I've worked it into the bristles on the back of my hand, and then I just go in directly onto where I want it. And I'll just use a little bit at a time and build it up, because it's easier to put more on than to try and take it off, if that makes sense. So just do a little bit at a time, and if you want some more you can always add more later. And then what I do is, just because I don't want that harsh line there, I just go in with the beauty blender that's already got like the concealer and things on, and I just sort of pat between the line, so where the concealer is and where the bronzer is, and that just helps sort of create a more flawless blend there. When it comes to things like eyeshadow, as you could see before, I just went like in and out with the same shades just to blend them together. So I'd go in with a little bit at a time, and then once I've placed each shade, I'd go in again with each shade and just blend them in, just so you still get the same amount of pigment but a better blend, if that makes sense. I really just dipped my bronzer brush into the palette just because it's in my hand. But yeah, and then I'm just going to go around the perimeter of my forehead just to try and eliminate some of the 5-head I have. I'm going to go in with some cream blush now, so I'll use a mix of the blushes made by Mitchell, and I have Melon Sorbet and Posy Rosy. So the Watermelon Sorbet I put sort of back there just to help blend further into the bronzer, and then the Posy Rosy I just put a little bit further forward. It's got an eyelash on it. I just used the butt of my beauty blender to blend those in. So start with the pinker shade, work it forward a little bit, and then as I work back into the like more peachy shade, I use that to sort of help blend it into the bronzer. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier powder. I've had this for so long, there's not actually much left in it now. I've just poured loads of that powder all over my carpet. What an idiot. To set the rest of my face, I'm just going to go in with an oldie but a goodie, just that Rimmel Stay Matte powder. It's an oldie, but it is a goodie. I love it. Oh, I like this question. How many tattoos do you have, and which is your fave? So I actually have 9 tattoos now. Well, I'm going to say 8.5 because one's not finished yet, and I'm actually getting it finished next month. I am so excited. But yeah, I have 9, so I'll show you the ones I can show you easily, and then I'll insert some photos of the ones that I can't. I'm going to do it in order of how, like, when I got them. So the first tattoo I got is this one here, which is "The pain you feel today is the strength you'll feel tomorrow." I got this not long after I turned 18, and it's just a quote that I've always lived by, and I just think it's a really powerful quote, and there's a lot of meaning behind it. The next one I got is this one here on the back of my arm. So it's just an L, J, C and an R, so Lee for my dad, Jean for my mum, C for Carrie, my sister, and R for Ricky, my brother. Again, it's just having my family with me all the time. The next tattoo I got was actually a relatively big one, if this is the right order, I think it is, and that's this one here. This was done by a friend from school actually. She does majority of my big ones now, to be fair. And then when I had that one done, I also got this one done here, which is Ohana. So this is from Lilo and Stitch. I mean, you should all know what it means, and if you don't, then I don't think we can be friends. It means family in Hawaiian. So the quote from the film is, "Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten." And I just love that quote. It's just such a lovely quote. The next one I actually got while drunk, and it's just this one behind my ear. Mine and my best friend's birthday are 20 days apart. So on her birthday we got piercings, and then on my birthday we were sat outside drinking in the sun and was just like, let's get tattoos. We just kind of snowballed from there, and we actually went and got tattoos. So I got the little rose behind my ear. Again, I don't know how well you can see it. And she got like a little love heart and a collarbone. It's really cute. After that, I think it might have been my spine tattoo. So I'll insert a picture of that here. It literally goes from all the way at like the bottom of my neck, at the top of my neck, all the way down to the bottom of my spine. After that, I got this one. So me, my mum and my sister go to Dublin every year. We all got matching tattoos while we were in there. Not last year, the year before. My next one was actually my hip, which was another big piece. I can't get up and show you, but I'll insert a photo. And that's the one that's not done. So I'll be getting that one finished literally like 2 weeks from now. And the last one is one that I got last year, which is this one here that was actually done by my cousin. He's only been tattooing for about a year when I got this done, so he did a really good job if you ask me. But yeah, so it's a butterfly, but if you can't see it, there's like a skull in the middle. But yeah, eventually I do want my left arm to be a full sleeve. I need to find an artist that can find a way to fill all the annoying little gaps. But yeah, I absolutely love my tattoos, and I want so many more. Oh, and the second part of that question of which one's my fave, I don't know, because I love my family one. I love them all. I don't know. I honestly don't think I could pick. I'll think on it. If I decide, I'll let you know, but I probably won't. I'm gonna do my brows. I feel like everything comes together once you've done your brows. I am using the NYX Lift and Snatch. I love this because it's just such a fine little nib, and I just feel like you can do really nice little brow strokes. I've had a few people ask me what my favourite book genre is, and I find it really difficult to choose between fantasy and like psychological thrillers or thriller books. I don't mind a romance. I do enjoy a romance every now and then. Like, I'm currently reading a romance book and I am really enjoying that, but it's a bit like smutty, which is probably the only reason I enjoy it. Like, if there was no smut, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much, to be completely honest. Okay, I'm giving up before I launch it across the room. They're not my best, but they're gonna have to do. They're so uneven. I can't. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Stopped. Stop. Stop. So yeah, talking on what I'm currently reading. I did bring this over because I saw this question before. This is my current read. So it's the Elsie Silver series. It's the Chestnut Springs one, and this is the second book in that series. I literally read the first one in like 2 sittings. Like, I started it on the Thursday night. By Friday night I'd finished it. Like, I just loved it. It was such an easy read, but I just got completely like lost in the book, which I love about a book. It's a sign of a good book if you ask me. And this is the second one, and so far it's definitely living up to the standard of the first book. I really want to read today, but we're going out, so no book today, just booze, and I can read tomorrow when I'm hungover, and I'm definitely excited to pick this one up. This one made me giggle. Not a question, but show me your book collection. I am actually going to do a book sort of haul and a book collection organising video. So I only recently started reading again. So from sort of December, well, beginning of December, I literally had about 20 books to my name. They all fit in one drawer in my wardrobe. And then from December, I just became completely obsessed with reading again. So I bought quite a lot of books in December. I then asked for lots of books for Christmas. I then spent my Christmas money on books. And then through like January and the beginning of February, I spent so much money on books. I have done a video. I've filmed it already, but I've done a video of all the books that I bought between December to beginning of Feb. So that'll probably be the next video that goes up anyway. And I have also bought some bookshelves, so I've organised all of those. So there's a video that'll come up after my haul video of all the books that I've bought and me trying to organise them all. It took far too long and it sent my ADHD and literally through the roof. Right, I'm gonna go in with my powder, bronzer and blusher and stuff now. So for bronzer, I'm gonna use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Because I've got that cream bronzer, this is just gonna be a bit of a top up. Like, I'm not gonna go crazy. My cousin, being my cousin, has asked if I could be a T-Rex of a turkey dinosaur, would I be? No, because I don't really want to be eaten alive. But I do love a turkey dinosaur. I feel like they're just some days you just can't beat like turkey dinosaur, smiley faces and beans. Like, that's such a top tier tea. Like, you just can't go wrong. I'm not going to powder blush because I already have quite a lot of blusher on and I don't like to wear too much. Like, this is already quite a lot for me. So I'm going to leave that step. But I'm going to put on a little bit of highlighter and I'm just going to use the Beauty Bay, it's just a powder highlighter. And this is in the shade Flash, so it's like really, really bright. So you only need the smallest amount. And I'm just going to hit right at the top there. Just a little bit. And then down my nose, on my chin. And then I use a smaller brush and I just do my brow bone. And also my inner corner. I was debating putting like a bright blue in there, but I'm just going to use this one. I'm just going to do a bit more of like a detailed highlight of the nose. My Cupid's bow. Right, I should probably start putting it off and finish the eye. So I'm going to start by tightlining. I'm using the Maybelline tattoo liner just to do my top waterline. I hate doing this so much. Making my eyes water. I'm just going to use the L'Oreal Infallible matte liquid liner just to do the smallest, or as small as I can get it, like a teeny little line on the top just to help hide the lash band. What's the best book you've read recently? I'd probably have to say Never Lie by Frida McFadden. It was just like the most impact book, I'd say. Like, I was so convinced. So it's a psychological thriller. I was so convinced I knew what was going on the whole time, and then there was just such a big twist at the end, and I was just like, never mind. I have no idea what's going on. But I did really enjoy that one. For mascara, I'm using the Body Shop Happy Go Lash. Every time I curl my lashes, it just reminds me of that video I did with my mum back in like 2020, because she just can't do it, and it's so funny. If you've not seen that, I'll link it. You definitely should. It was so fun to film. It took us like 4 hours because we were just giggling and messing around and being silly. And speaking of my mum, it's actually my mum I'm going out with tonight. So we're going for a little girls' day, having a bit of a day drink, but then also probably going into the evening a little bit, because we're going out at 5, so it is an earlier start than usual, but I'm very much looking forward to it. And there's a new Irish bar that's opened in town that we're planning to go to. What are your best tips for a mental health day? Honestly, just be patient, give yourself that time. Like, if you are really struggling, just give yourself that time. Don't be too harsh on yourself. Like, what would you say to a friend? What's the positive advice that you'd give to support a friend in a day like that? And actually do that for yourself rather than being so critical. I'm just using the same colours as I did on the top on the bottom. And then do something that you enjoy or something that makes you happy. Like, for me, that's either spending time with family, or if I don't feel like I can socialise particularly that day, then doing something like reading, getting lost in a world that's not my own always really helps. Cut yourself some slack. We are our worst critics, and like, we can be so hard on ourselves. I'm just using those other blues to sort of deepen the edges, just keeping the dark colours further to the outer corner. And then finally the really dark blue. I always get to like this point in my makeup and decide I really can't be bothered to wear makeup anymore. Ooh, I like this one. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Honestly, I want to go everywhere. I love travelling. I love seeing the world. My best friend is currently travelling around Asia, and honestly I am so bloody jealous, but she's having the best time. And I'd love to do something like that. I'd love to go like backpacking around certain areas, but like my absolute dream destination has been and forever will be Hawaii. And a lot of people are like, it's just because of Lilo and Stitch, and I can't exactly go. No, it's not, because it definitely helps, but I just love the culture. My absolute bucket list thing is just to hula dance on a beach in Hawaii, so I cannot die until I have done that. I kind of answered this one earlier, but what's one book that you would always recommend to people and why? Probably Verity. It was just such a game changer for me. That really was the book that made me like obsessed with reading again. So I would always recommend that to people, especially those who like psychological thrillers. So it's Colleen Hoover, Verity. But yeah, definitely check the trigger warnings, because there's quite a lot of gruesome content in there. But I just absolutely love that book so much. For lashes, I'm just using the Cash Beauty Legend lashes. They're just like super fluttery, and I just really like this style. What's one book or series that you really want to read? Honestly, ACOTAR. I'm so far behind on the whole Sarah J Maas hype. That is one series I would absolutely love to read. Like ACOTAR and Throne of Glass, Crescent City, all of those. I really want to read those. Also, the City of Bones series. Not City of Bones, the Mortal Instruments series. So I have read the initial 6 books, but like there's some more that sort of carry on after that I really want to read. I apparently can't talk and apply lashes at the same time. I want to finish the series, the the Chestnut Spring series. I do feel like I should read a classic at some point. I just find it really difficult to read like Old English. Like, because I'm dyslexic anyway, I struggle at the best of times. I don't need to try and read the fancy speaking. but I would like to give one a go at some point. So if you can recommend one in particular that's maybe a little bit easier but still good, then please do let me know. So now that eyes are done, oh, that inner corner is already being an ass. So for lips, I'm using the Cash Beauty Vintage Rose, Yeah, Vintage Rose lip liner. Lip lined. Now usually I just wear like lip liner and a gloss because I can't be bothered with carrying around lipstick and gloss and a liner. But I am going to put a little bit of the Cash Beauty lipstick in Dawn. And then for gloss, I'm just going to use the Jacqueline Cosmetics gloss in Rose Drip. I've lost the lid to the lipstick now. What do I keep doing with this stuff? So this is the makeup complete. Now the question is, I've still got an hour. Shall I curl my hair? So I do think I've answered all of the questions. So I'm going to have a little bit of a tidy up in here and then I'm going to do my hair. Can I be bothered to curl it? Shall I just straighten it? Do I just leave it? I don't know what to do with it now. I want a snack. I need to decide what I'm wearing. I need to finish filming. So my options are, I've got a full black denim jumpsuit that I really like. My other option is I've got some leather trousers. So I'd wear those with my blazer and a harness with like a bralette that's got like a chest piece underneath. I'm just going to try them both on and then I'll decide how I feel. Okay, so I think this is the outfit I'm going to wear. I just feel more comfortable in it and I don't feel like I'll spend as much time like faffing. It's just like a thin shirt with like a bralette underneath, blazer, some leather trousers, and then my chunky platforms. I've literally had these shoes for years. I think they're from Shein. So I think this is what I'm going to go with, just because I do feel a lot more confident in it than I did the other one. Like I said earlier, I've officially added vodka to my Monster. Gonna have a couple of drinks while I'm waiting for my mum, just to take the edge off the anxiety before heading into town. But yeah, I've really enjoyed getting glam. I've not done a full face of glam in a while, to be honest. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, there will be some new sort of content coming soon. I've got some a book collection and a like a massive like over 50 book haul to come in the next couple of weeks. And if there's anything in particular that you guys want to see, do make sure to let me know in the comments. I'd love to create content that you guys want to see as well as just doing this for my own entertainment. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It really does help more than you could ever imagine. And I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.